Hey everyone, and welcome back to Silverrun Forest for the next episode in our Let's Play series. So I've been busy continuing clearing trees from this area of land down by our field. There's a few trees just over there, that's the other side of the road, which I'm going to leave for now. I don't think we'll get round to cutting those, but they're there if we do need them. So I've cleared quite a few more trees, and you see we've got a few stacks of 6-metre logs left over, ready to be loaded up. A few dead trees in here as well, but still quite a few trees in between our field and down to the water as well. So still quite a few trees left to clear in this area. And what we'll probably do is leave this area now until spring and then come back, continue clearing it and get another field ploughed in so we can get another crop in the ground. And we've also got quite a lot of trees going down that way between the road and the pond down there, as well as what's on the other side of the road going up the bank. So yeah, there's still quite a lot to clear around here. But definitely a lot of money's worth in here. I do want to try and start getting some trees replanted as well around, but also leave a space for another new field. So I've got two 20-foot containers all full and ready to go. So we're going to go and take these to be sold. I'll just quickly check the best price, which is currently, I think it's still the container yard, although the great demand is now finished. So one wood, container warehouse 2288 currently. So yeah, it's still the best price. Right, so we're up at the container yard and we'll get these two sold. Not sure quite how much we'll make for this one. 53 and 50. That actually seems like we made more than the last two we sold with the great demand. So 103,000, almost 104,000. Takes up to 111,184. We do also have, obviously now we've got the sawmill up and running, some wood chips, although I'm not sure how much we have here. And I did notice earlier, which is something I'd never even checked before, was just quite how much the price of wood chips has been increased. I don't know if that's been changed in the base game as well, or whether that's just specific to this map. But I never usually bother doing wood chips because I always find they're a complete waste of time for how much wood chips you get and how much they sell for. But these prices seem like about 5-6 times more than what I'd usually get on normal economy. So wood chipping might actually be worth doing. As I say that, we just get another load. So I don't think there's enough there to probably load up and take to sell just yet. But it's good to see that there is actually a decent price for wood chips now. Right, so we're going to take this over here. As you can see, our sawmill's been producing away rather nicely. I don't know. I get stuck. I do find this little shelters really is set up for loading direct onto the train with the nice big ramp here. So I'm going to drop this off and we'll have a look at the best price. So we're still a little bit short for buying the area of land I want to get. So currently we can pretty much sell everything we've got. I don't think it's particularly the best price for anything just yet. It's showing up March max month for a lot of the stuff. Let's just check the prefab walls up. Elm Creek currently 10,206 for the prefab walls, which is quite good. Planks long. Best price we've currently got is 3,600. 3,908 for the Elm Creek as well. So it definitely looks like the train might be the option to go here. 5,789 for the wood beams, and then the standard planks are currently, can find them. Where's the planks? I've lost them. There they are. So 2,492. Yeah, it looks like Elm Creek's pretty much the best price for everything currently. So it might be worth renting the train. No, the train, stop. Is that where it is? Rent train. Come back. Come back, train. The one good thing about this map is the train does seem to come past very, very often. So we'll wait for this to come back and then we'll start loading up. There we go. Fortunately it didn't take too long, but it was going to stop halfway around the map. If we get all this loaded up and take it to sell, that should then give us enough money to buy the area of land we want to get, and also possibly get the yard. I don't know if we'll just lease the yard for now or whether we'll just buy it. It depends how much we get. So we'll get all these loaded up. Now I definitely need to get another set of pallet forks. These ones are really, really rubbish. They're not very good at all. Right, there's the first pallet on, and we've got quite a lot to go. Right, so we've got the prefabs left to go on, which I'm going to try and put in this front section. Hopefully they'll fit in here nicely. And then we do also have a few pallets still left over here we may try and squeeze on. So if you're not quite aware, there is also 2 spawn points over here, just in these hazard markings. One for wood beams, and then there's also the one for the long planks there. So you only get 1 pallet of each spawn, but you may not be aware of that, and you may have 1 pallet of each if you do own the sawmill sitting there that you've not quite sure there was actually there. I only found that out by accident last night when I was came up here and I was having a look around and I saw 2 pallets there. I thought they was just decorative at first. It wasn't until I walked over to them I noticed that they were actually pallets that had spawned. So yeah, if you wasn't aware of that, just check, because you may have 2 pallets sat there that you didn't know about. Yeah, these pallet forks really are absolutely useless. It's one of the reasons I don't load pallets very much. They're still extremely glitchy. As you can see, they're constantly bouncing around. So we'll have to try and find another set of pallet forks which are a little bit better. And a few people have suggested the ones from the CSZ pack, which I do have downloaded, but I just don't have it enabled currently on this save game, so I must remember to put those on next time. Eventually what I would like to do, I know we've got the forklift truck down at the southern sawmill that's in the warehouse that we could probably bring up here, because I'm never going to buy any pallets. I just don't see the point in wasting money buying pallets. So I'd much rather try and produce everything we need ourselves. So I may bring that up here because it's on the map to use. So although we won't be using it in the intended place, we may as well get some use out of it. So I may bring that up here and then use that for the loading the pallets, and keep that up here permanently, as long as it doesn't reset to the store every time you load into the game. Right, so that's those loaded on. I'm going to try and see if we can squeeze on the rest of the long planks and beams we've got over there. Alright, last pallet to go on, and then that's the train loaded, and then we can get this sent off to Elm Creek. and hopefully we should make a really good amount of money from this. I think the prefabs are worth 50,000 for the 5 we've got on there. Then there's the wood beams are currently like 5,000 per pallet. We've got the long planks, which are about 3, and then the standard planks, which I think are also around about 1,900. So hopefully this all sells okay. We will go backwards as if we're closer to the edge of the map this end. So I reckon we're going to get close to 200,000 for all of this. So the train will now deliver to Elm Creek and return the other side of the map. So 220,945 from our first load of pallets from the old sawmill. So that's almost already paid for itself. In what I think we bought it in October. I'll skip through November just so we've got a few more pallets produced to sell. We'll get a little bit more money. So we're up to 331,789. You're watching now. Another pallet will just probably spawn. Oh no, the sawmill's actually out of wood now, so we do need to get on with topping that up. So what we are going to do is we're going to buy farmland 6 to start with. So we'll purchase that. That's 142,528. Leaves us with 189,261. So what I'm going to do next is head back down to the store. Just trying to think whether we need to bring that trailer with us. I don't think we do currently. Yeah, I'll meet you back down at the store. Right, so I was having a think while we were heading back down to the store, and I've decided I'm going to sell the Volvo tractor because we've not actually used it yet. It's just been sat there. Don't really have much of a use for it now we've got the John Deere. If this could have a front loader on, I'd happily put the front loader on and I would have used this rather than buying the actual John Deere, but we're not using it. I don't think we're going to use it anytime soon, so we've got potential money we could use for something else. Yeah, so 66,534 we've just got sat there that we can use for something more usable. So we're going to sell that. I'm also going to sell the Komatsu. I really do like this tree harvester, it is very nice. But I think I want to get something that's a little bit more versatile than just a tree harvester. So we're going to sell this. We'll also repair and repaint it as well first. So 245,475 for that. So that's almost like, what, 300,000 for those two. That gives us a balance of, what, 475,185. So what I want to buy to replace the tree harvester with forestry, I'm going to get the Volvo to give this a try. And we're going to go for the EC380DL with a processor head. So this has got quite a large process head. It does larger logs than the Komatsu at 81cm diameter. So this one's going to be obviously a lot more versatile as well, because we can also put the grapple on if we want to use it to load logs, and then we can also switch it to the fast coupler. So we can get that. That's 397,500, and I'm going to buy that. That leaves us with 77,685, and now with the rest of the money we've got, one thing we need some transport, so we can actually get the tree harvest or the Volvo up to our new area of land. So I want to try the new Volvo. So I'm going to lease one of these, which might be a bit expensive. 9,432 to lease, but we'll soon be able to pay this off. I do have the buy to lease installed as well. So once we've got the money, we can actually purchase this. The only thing I'm going to change is main colour. I'm going to go with nice Mass Ferguson red. I think I'm going to pretty much leave the rest as it is for now. Although looking at that, there's we can reduce the price of that quite a bit by removing the aero parts. That's like 7,000 off. Though it does look quite nice with them on. Or does it really make much difference? Just some deflectors over by where the exhaust is at the sides. 7,000 brings the price down quite a bit. I do think saving that bit of money is but I do think it looks quite nice with them all on. I'm going to leave them on. And we'll leave everything else as is. We don't need beacons. And we'll keep it the Trident short. So we'll lease that. So it's going to be 10,000 to lease. We'll also get the trailer. So we want low loaders. And we've got the new one that comes with the expansion. So we'll keep that standard red and we'll lease this as well. And the other thing I want to get is the yarder. So we got forestry equipment. And I'm going to get the bigger one. And I say we'll lease this as well because we can't currently afford it. But we'll soon be able to purchase all that. So that leaves us with 60,000 still. So we've still got a fair bit in the bank. And we've got some new equipment to play with. Now the Volvo, I have no idea how well it'll fit on this trailer. Don't know if there's any extensions on this. I've not actually used any of this equipment. So let me just see, can we extend this width of it, or is, oh, there you go. Now this, again, I'm looking forward to using this, but I'm just hoping the controls aren't a bit messed up to what I'm used to. Okay, you can extend the width for the trailer, but not the actual ramps. So although it does fit on here just about. Get that turned off. Don't think there's a trailer hitch on the back of here. Nope. So I'll have to bring the yarder up with the actual tractor. So we'll head up to farmland 6 and then we can get the yarder set up and hopefully get some trees cut down, then just take them over to the mill pond with the yarder and drop them straight off there. Save us a little bit of time. We won't be needing to load up logs and transport them over. Right, so we've just come up to farmland 6. I'm not sure how suitable it's going to be to drive this truck up there, as we need to go up to that bit there. It's quite zigzaggy, so we'll drop this off here. Now our Volvo doesn't seem to have strapped down very well. It is sliding off the trailer. So we'll get this up to the top here. There is a slight flat area which we'll use for our landing area. So we'll drag all the trees up over to that and then cut them up there, and then if we can set the yarder up so it goes across the mill pond so we can drop the log straight into it. I must say this is probably the quietest tracked excavator I've ever scene. It's like almost virtually silent tracks. And it is extremely slow, which these things are. Generally they only go walking speed. I'm just struggling quite a bit to get up this hill. Come on, Volvo. Right, we're up. So this is a reasonably flat area, so if we can set the yard up, probably attach it to this tree here. Or one of these big trees just over here, and then have it going more or less probably across this way. And then we can just cut the logs, as many trees as we can get with the Volvo up to here. In some areas may become a little bit difficult, especially down this slope. So we may have to cut those down with a chainsaw and then possibly winch them up. And then get them processed. But we'll see how it goes. The one downside to obviously this process head is you can't pick the logs up off the ground, so it is fixed in this position, whereas the smaller one, you can't cut trees down with it. You can only process them once they've been cut down. So I'm going to go and grab the John Deere, get the yard down, and then we can get that set up and see if we can start getting some logs over to the sawmill. Right, so if we try and set the yard up over this side of the mill pond, as you can just about see, we've kind of straight up there where that path goes up. I'm not sure how well this will set up on this land because it's not flat, but we'll give it a go. And maybe on this area here it does look fairly flat, or a little bit flatter than down there by the water's edge. Get that unfolded. We'll disconnect that from the tractor. Oops, I'm not the stop sign down. Now I'll bring up the help menu because I can't remember what it is we need to do. So set up yard rope is R. So we need to now run across to where we need to attach it to. We go for one of these larger trees. Something is blocking the way to this tree. So there may be another tree we need to cut down first, or is it because it's just too low the elevation? I don't know if it's because it's not quite high enough. Let's just try and there we go. So if we now do set tree as rope target B, nope, there we go. Yeah, a couple of trees there that will be in the way, but we can get those cleared. So that's all set up now, so we can press L and that should come over to us. And if we jump in our Volvo, We'll get those couple of trees cut down there first, which are just slightly in the way. We'll actually cut it. I must say this Volvo, for quite big, it does seem to be lacking in a bit of power going up a slight hill. So we should be able to just cut this up now somewhere under here and then attach it. So we go F1, just check the cut length. We'll do 6s, so we'll increase that to 6. So we need to call that to us, and hopefully we can... Oh, it seems to be in follow mode, so it's following us where we go. So we need to press B to attach. We'll get as many as we can. If we can get one more. Get that smaller one there. I think that's all we can get, 4 at a time. Right, so we need to now lift lower is J and N. So we lift those up with J. And then if we walk over there, it should follow us. We can set it off to go without walking over there ourselves, but just see for the first load. We'll stop that there, and then we can detach trees with V. And there you go, straight into the mill pond. And I'll get straight into the sawmill. And then production can resume. So that's the yard set up. We'll just see actually how well it looks. It's not too bad there. Fortunately, this train line's not used, or it would be a train coming through, rip our cables out. We've got one cable that just goes across, so that's not too bad. I do like the way this sets up though automatically. Ah, that's quite cool as well. It's actually attached around the tree there. So it's automatically detected that tree and just put a strap round. Obviously down there we've got some pegs in the ground. Very, very nice bit of kit and very useful as well. And very fun to use. So we need to get loads more trees cut down. The plan will be to try and get enough trees cut down so we can fill up the storage capacity of the sawmill. And then obviously we can then go and do some other stuff while that's working down. And then every so often we'll come back up here, get some more trees cut down, and then fill up this storage again. And then what I want to do is, now we've got the Volvo, we can switch this to the fast coupler. Possibly lease the tree planter for this and get some of the new tree types planted as well. So as our carriage come back, stop that there. and I'll get some more trees cut down. Okay, so unfortunately I somehow managed to lose all the audio recording for the last bit of the video. It's a problem I've been having recently. I don't know why. Sometimes when I start recording, it doesn't record any of the audio from the microphone. I recorded an entire episode the other day where I had to just completely redo it because there was no audio from the microphone at all on any of the video clips. Most of this video was fine until I finished doing the last section. The time lapse, I carried on recording. We went down to the store to buy the tree planter for this, and I've planted loads of saplings around, but unfortunately as I come to edit it, there's no audio on any of those sections either. Rather frustrating. I'll need to try and work out why it keeps doing it and get that fixed for next time. So I've never had this issue before, but I keep having it. When I did the map tour as well, the very first map tour, when I came to edit that, there was no audio on the recording at all as well. So I don't know if it's a problem with NVIDIA Shadow Play that's disabling the recording, or whether it's something else. I have no idea. So apologies, I've had to cut out part of this video. I will try and add it in if I can, and you may have seen it as a short time-lapse section, depending how well it turns out. But yeah, apologies for that. So I'm going to leave this episode here because I am really pushed for time and I need to get this video edited and then get it uploaded. So we have done quite a bit today. We've got 110,000 or just over 110,000 litres into the sawmill now. We sold all the pallets we've produced so far, and we've bought some new equipment and tried something new out as well with the yarder, which is quite fun to use. So definitely getting more use out of that. And also the Volvo, a nice upgrade from the Komatsu tree harvester. As I said, this is a lot more versatile because we can put the tree planter attachment on it. We've got the tree harvester head, we've got the grapple as well, and then there's a few other attachments for the fast coupler that we can use if need be. So the plan for next time is we'll probably head back down to the main farm area, continue clearing trees down there, and also look to see about getting some buildings so we can start storing some of our equipment. Maybe get like a small workshop, some sheds up there. And I am contemplating collecting the collectibles. There is one just up here I noticed earlier on top of the rocks. But using the money from the collectibles for the farm buildings, because farm buildings are pretty much purely decorative. They don't serve any purpose really, other than it just looks and somewhere to store equipment. It doesn't serve any purpose. It doesn't make us any money unless it's got solar panels on it. It's a generator. So I may get that, because otherwise I'd probably be a bit reluctant to waste money on buildings at this time. And it's something I'd do, but it's one of those things I justify spending money on a building that's not going to help us earn any more money. Also got a few tree stumps still to get rid of. But yeah, we've replanted 70 trees in this area, so we didn't cut down anywhere near that many. So if we go in here, you can see it's 240 sapling tree harvester, and we've got 170 left, so we've planted 70 trees in this area. I'm going down this road as well, so I started down the bottom and worked way up. So yeah, apologies for the last part of the video. I'll try and get this issue resolved for next time so I don't have it again, because it is very frustrating. It's also costing me a lot of time this week, having to redo sections of the video. And unfortunately, if I had a little bit more time, I'd have just reloaded the save and re-recorded this last bit, but I just really don't have time to do that, so apologies for that. And I'm hoping you're still with me on, and hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have, then please don't forget to give it a like. I really do appreciate that. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got more Farm Simulator 22 content coming with the continuation of this series. I'll also be returning to Mazovia very soon, and also finishing off the Western Wilds time-lapse videos. And we're also doing the live stream once a week as well, so check that out. So again, big thank you for everyone that's watched, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.